Hi there, this is Liana and thank you for listening. Today I will share a self reflection with you, which is related to the course Empowering Creative Thinking that have been taking place. So, first of all, I would like to tell you a little bit more about myself and my life journey. As told before, my name is Liana and I'm coming from the Netherlands, and I've grown up in an amazing city called Groningen. Probably you never hear about this place. It is somewhere in the north, and we have like 200 inhabitants. Well, never mind. I have grown up with my parents and my two brothers. When I was 18 years old, I started to live on myself and studied a bachelor degree, small business and retail management, at the university in Groningen. My last 1.5 year of my bachelor degree I spent in Barcelona, and I see you thinking, how is this even possible? Well, I did 2 times on Erasmus, and I finished my thesis in a company in Barcelona. And after this, I started working for Airbnb and doing a master degree in marketing management at ESSEC. So this was a short introduction about myself, and now I'm going on to the reason why I'm creating this podcast. I have followed a course called Empowering Creative Thinking at ESSEC, and this is my infallible assignment regarding this course, a podcast where I will reflect myself on the course. So, I have experienced the course Creative Thinking in a positive way. It has learned me new ways of working and thinking, and the course was creatively, and it has been turned into a lot of practices which was interested for myself. In the first class, we needed to tell more about ourselves and get to know each other as a team. This was a really good approach, as I was able to tell my team what they can expect from me as a team member. And I really appreciate this way of starting a project, as I know that I can be a hard team member, even if it's not my intention. For this, we needed to add the technique, stinky fish. Through the stinky fish, we needed to write personal stinky fishes, which can be a fear of the person itself when it is working in a group. I had explained 5 fears that I have and had about myself in that time. So, first of all, I can be really bossy when I'm working in a team. I'm a person who has a personal approach and who thinks that this is the only correct way. It can be really hard for me to accept things and ideas of others, which can be a serious matter if I need to work in a group. That is also where my next fear is coming from. Because of this, I can act like a bitch, even if I don't want to. Many times, I'm not even realizing that I'm acting like a bitch, and I have told this to my group. I have told my group that when I'm acting like a bitch or doing pussy, please tell me, as I'm not often aware of it. As well, I don't have a lot of adaptability. This is also something to do with what I have told before. And my biggest concern and also my goal is that I want to learn how to deal with changes in my life and accept things how they are. This will make everything much easier, and also the fact of working in a group project. So this will definitely improve my 3 fears that I have explained before. 1. Being bossy. 2. Acting bitchy. 3. Not having a lot of adaptability. During the course, my level of stress was really high. This was also a fear for me. In that time, I was writing my thesis of my bachelor degree to graduate, and next to that, I was working 40 hours a week and doing my master's degree. So, as you can see, I have still a really busy life, and that also comes to my next fear. Another fear was that I didn't have a lot of time, as I had a lot of things to do and going on in that time, and I was afraid that I couldn't do enough for my group to let the project work out. I'm happy that I have learned the technique Stinky Fish, and I will definitely take this with me for the future. I can use it for my professional career when I need to work in groups, as well as for my studies. When it will come to this matter, I will tell my group that I would like to have this technique to get to know each other better and let the product work out in a better way before studying. I think it is really important that you know your group members and how the person is, so you can take care of each other. After adding this technique, I was feeling more relieved to work in a group, as sometimes when I'm working in a group, I'm thinking about myself and I'm thinking what other people are thinking of me. And sometimes I can notice irritating or something, but I'm not mentioning this, and I know that this has a bad influence on the work that we are dealing with. So, yeah, I think it will be good when this technique will be always added before we are starting with a project, because I'm sure that after adding this technique, that the project have worked out in a better way. Also, we needed to tell 3 things about ourselves, what has shaped us in the way we are nowadays. The 3 things for me are my family, my ex, and my friends. I think that the people you have or had around you are the most important things that will shape a person. So, first of all, I've grown up with my family, and they have always been together, and they still are. We always did a lot of activities with each other, and my parents have learned me my norms and values, which are an important part of my shape. As well as my ex is an important part of myself and where I'm nowadays. Without him, I wouldn't have studied a master's degree, neither a bachelor degree. I know it sounds maybe a bit strange to you that I'm involving my ex into this, but I have been 5.5 years with him, and he really shaped me how I am. He motivated me in the fact how important it is to study for the future, as well as visiting museums, getting more knowledge by reading books, etc. And next to this, my friends are and has been an important part of who I am. Next to this, what I really liked during the classes is learning about design thinking. I have had never worked or learned something about design thinking, so this was really interesting for me. The teacher added design thinking into this course by giving us assignments. And the first assignment, for example, was drawing an apple in like 30 different ways or something with a group. And we needed, we were like with 5 group members. And after one had drawn an apple, the other person needed to draw an apple on the same paper, but in a different way. We have done this in a competition way. There were like 3 or 4 groups, and the first group who would have finished was the winner. Let's let's call it like that for now. In this way, you are seeing that there are many more ways and ideas of drawing and seeing an apple than that you will normally do. We just needed to let our mind go as far as we could to increase as many ideas. And this approach has been learned to us, so when we need to create an idea or a project, but we will go as far as we can and not limit our ideas. When you are adding this technique into the project that you are working on, you can come to many ideas, and for sure there will be one idea that will work out, or by combining the ideas of each other to create a great product or project that you are working on. For example, the final project was going about an NGO which we needed to help, and we needed to answer the following question: how might we turn donating money into a fun experience? And come with an approach to the boss of the NGO. And to come with good ideas, we needed to add the technique design thinking. We were with a group of 5 persons in total, and each of us needed to create around 12 ideas for itself. And after this was created, you needed to explain this to the others in the group. And you could combine the ideas of each other, and afterwards, well, let's see. How I explain it? You needed to combine, you could combine the ideas of each other afterwards. So you could come up with ideas what you would never have come up with if you just talk about it with each other. So this approach was helping us by creating more ideas and just to get a great answer on the question that we needed to work on. And what I really like of this approach, that when we were adding design thinking, we needed to do it under pressure. And under pressure, I mean in a way of a competition, or we had a time limit to come with ideas. And I know for myself, for example, that I'm working better under pressure and I will deliver better work. So for me, this approach was really nice, and I felt really comfortable with it. So I'm happy that I've learned the technique design thinking, and I will definitely use it in the future when I need to come up with ideas. This can be used for professional life as well as for my personal life. I think if I have later a problem in my own life, and I need to come up with an idea how I can tackle this problem, I would add this technique, and in this way I am able to reach out to more ideas, and I'm able to solve my problem in a better way. And I think as well for your professional life, I think when you need to do something for your boss has a question about how we can do this or that in the best way, I think that design thinking will be a good approach. And I will definitely use it. Definitely. Actually, I have already used design thinking after I have learned it in this course. I have added it into an assignment which I needed to do for another subject in ESSEC. I needed to think about 3 strengths and 3 weaknesses, which is not always easy to come up with. When I was doing this assignment, I had given myself 5 minutes to come up with as many strengths and weaknesses that I knew about myself. I had written this down on a paper, and in the final I had 6 strengths and 9 weaknesses. From there out, I have chosen 3 strengths and 3 weaknesses which I wanted to develop. One of them is accepting things for what it is, as I have explained before when I was speaking about the stinky fish. After this, I was really realizing that I want to work on this weakness to improve my personal and professional skills. Overall, I'm happy to see when I'm learning something in the class, what is useful for later, and that I'm actually really using it. Because this is not always the case. Sometimes you are learning something in the class, and later on maybe you will never use it again. And I think that creative thinking is something that you can really add in your professional life, but as well in your personal life. And that's made me really appreciating this course, because in this way I'm feeling that this course have made part of how I'm learning and creating ideas nowadays. And yeah, I'm happy to see that. So I want to thank the teacher, Gabriela, that she has shared her knowledge with us. And what I really liked and motivated me during this course is that the teacher had a lot of energies, and she knew how to get the best out of each student during the class. For me, it's really important that I'm learning new things and new techniques during our course. And I think that the teacher has done this perfectly, as she was up to date with the last techniques and knowledge. So yeah, in an overall, I'm happy with the course, and I'm happy to see what I have learned out of this, and I will really use this into the future. So this is what I wanted to share with you related to the course Empowering Creative Thinking, and thank you for listening. See you soon. Bye bye.